Closer together.
You know, I'm a big promoter of arts and culture in the community. But you know, when I look around the city, we've got a great emerging music scene, but we really don't have programs.
There is, but like you said, there is such a big scene for such a small city.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of like emerging artists, whether it's rock, hip hop, R&B singers, it's everything too.
What an inspiring area this is. The amount of artists that have come out of here is incredible.
Well, you know, one of the things that I'm worried about is it seems that some of the artists are getting to a certain point in their career and they're leaving because they need a larger pool of musicians to pull from.
I guess that's part of the reason why I kind of left, is because everybody that I grew up with was just kind of stuck in the same lifestyle, the same like rut, and I was like, okay, that's not me. As long as I'm here, I'm gonna more than likely still hang out with these people, still, you know, fall into these same circles. So it was like, okay, I had to remove myself from it in order to really find where I wanted to do, what I wanted to do, where I wanted to be, which is the music.
Yes.
And we just don't have it. So I'm wondering, that's why I was thinking if we had the college here, and even if the university was to extend and do a music program, then would that give us the ability to retain the artists in the local community so the bands could develop their work further?
I think that definitely has potential, as well as supporting businesses that host evening music, night venues, city events, hiring more local musicians, because I know a lot of times Canada Day at the Lake or Autofest or other things, they'll incorporate local art and music, but it would be great to see an entire bill of all local names, because it's here. There's enough talent here to do it.
We have to look at the community and what's happening.
Oh, for sure.
And we've got to resonate with the folks and understand what they're going through, because our job is to make you know, a lot of the community better.
Another blue-collar town slowly shutting down. Night work no longer around, no longer the sound of shift change. It's a strange kind of quiet. Gas on the rise and you can't afford to buy it.
We've got to be focused on, okay, how do we bring new jobs here? How do we tackle taxes so that we're back to a fair level of taxation, so folks have more money in their pocket to do what they need to do? How do we make sure that we're still providing programming and stuff for kids? Because well, especially when there's financial hardship, you want the kids still to participate in programs.
Yeah, and that's the huge thing, because when they can't participate, they feel left out, and then it just becomes harder to become involved down the road.
Well, you know, one of the things that I have planned is we were in Turkey actually on a cultural exchange this summer, Daryl and I, and it was an amazing opportunity because we went to a small city, and they had this historic sort of square, and they had some beautiful buildings, and you know, certainly around Civic Square we have an Arthur Erickson building, the Robert McLaughlin Gallery, but you know, we've got the square, and when we were in Turkey they had the same sort of area, a little more historic, but they put just it was almost like a kiosk where you could get some drinks, coffee, tea, and some food for a light dinner, and then they had a glassed-in area with musicians playing, and it just, there was all kinds of seating, and I thought, you know what about welcoming an entrepreneur to do that? You know, keep it sort of looking classy, and then just have an area where we could program with musicians. Do you think that would work?
I think that would be great to showcase, you know, what is here, and in a professional way that shows the respect that artists really do earn.
It'll make Oshawa the happening place to go to. And because Oshawa's got the only natural downtown in the 905 outside of Brampton, I think it would like really work to promote Oshawa as a destination place for entertainment, you know, down the road.
Yeah. And then the other thing that I'm starting to hear is, you know, we're programming the band shell, and it's pretty rigid. It's $450, I think, to rent.
Right.
A lot of folks are coming to ask council to waive the fees, and I'm just wondering, is there a different way? Could we put ask the artists to sort of form a cooperative where we would fund that, but the band shell would be organized by the cooperative, and we could maybe potentially have acts there every night through the summer. Do you think that would work?
I think that having regular acts there, more so than, there's once a week, there's the concerts in the park, and people love it so much. The response has been great. So expanding on that in a direction like you're talking about would be fantastic.
Yeah. So
because I think it brings people towards downtown, and it brings people away from the movie theaters because it's something that they don't have to,
Pay for.
Right. So I think that would be great. People want to be entertained. They want to be a part of something. I know I do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I went to those concerts in the Park series, and I also participated as a musician, and I think to expand on that is a great thing.
Honestly, we've used it. I started really using the bandshell again when I did Art in the Park back around 95, 96. And the seniors, for real, we were putting Rock Band on at night.
Well,
and
hip-hop,
we got a lot of
the
complaints.
bass and hip-hop can
Is
really
both.
travel.
But I mean, if you do
And that's
stuff in
what
the
seniors-
daytime too,
Yeah.
then you're okay.
Yeah.
And like as long as stuff's
Yeah.
finished, and
Yeah.
I mean that's where you started off there, and then say things
Move it
could
down
move
to
to other venues at night, like depending
Exactly.
on if it's a weekend or a long weekend or what the actual event is or what you're really trying to promote.
Yeah, I just think we can do so much more, because what I'm hearing is there's just not enough entertainment. And we've put this whole bureaucracy around using the bandshell, and Colonel Sam really intended it to be part of the community.
Right.
And I just think sometimes we've just got too much regulation, and we got to
Right.
roll up the red tape and just. So you think the artists would then form a cooperative, performing artists? And
I think that
work
definitely enough of us are so ambitious, and we work so hard to still be able to work as a musician in this area without going elsewhere. And I'll admit, I likely play more in Toronto than I do in Oshawa, not by choice. I would love to play, more often in the city that I live in and love.
Yeah.
But it's not always an option. So any way to make those options there, I'm not alone in saying that we're here.
Oh,
and we're
that's
willing
great.
to entertain, and we're eager to share what we do with our communities.
Well, yeah, I
pull
think
it
the main
together.
thing is just to do it, like to actually get different people from the community who normally wouldn't necessarily work together or focus on like one main goal together to actually do something like that. Because then that's how you'll get other
Community goals.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, whether I listen to hip hop, someone listens to rock,
Yeah.
someone listens to country, we all have like at the end of the day, we all want like
The best for the
the best for our kids, the
families.
best for our families, best for our neighbors' kids and our grandkids, our cousins, whatever. Like that's what we really want.